Pisces, so it's me Alexis. Welcome to my astrology channel, and thank you guys so much for waiting because this is the last video in my full moon horoscope series. So the full moon that I'm specifically talking about today is the full moon on August 15th at 22 degrees Aquarius. So if you're a Pisces sun or rising, this horoscope and tarot reading will apply to you. Well, hopefully it resonates with you. And yeah, let's go ahead and get things started. So Pisces. This new moon, or not new moon, this full moon is going to happen in your 6th house and your 12th house. So the sun and Venus are in Leo right now, and they're super conjunct, exactly in your 6th house. And then the full moon is going to be in Aquarius, which is going to be in your 12th house. So lots of stuff going on. Now, with the sun being conjunct to Venus, this is kind of like an implication that maybe relationships are involved. So that's something to think about. And then I do want to talk about Saturn, because Saturn is going to be the lord of your 12th house, the transiting Saturn. And Saturn is going to be in Capricorn right now, and that Saturn is in the 11th house. So let me go ahead and kind of paint the whole picture for you. So with the sun being conjunct to Venus in your 6th house, you've been paying a lot of attention to like work. Maybe it's because you want to get that bank, maybe because you want to get that bread, or maybe there's a lot of work drama, or just the notion of paying attention to the daily things in life have been something really important to you. This could be paying attention to your lifestyle, this could be paying attention to your health, your habits, stuff like that. And you've been really paying attention to like the nitty-gritty, like small details in life, and you've been trying to shape it in such a way where these small details in your life can kind of define who you are. So you're trying to really, manage your everyday life at the moment. And with Venus in there, it might be with other people. Now, this full moon is happening in your 12th house. So this is definitely going to be a full moon that feels a little bit more reflective, a full moon that's a little more introspective. Now, you've been working on, mitigating and really handling like the daily buzz of your daily life, and you're really trying to make things, more coherent there. However, with the Aquarius full moon, this full moon is telling you guys, hey, you've been focusing a lot on your daily habits and your lifestyle. That's great. However, you gotta also focus on how you are when you're isolated, when you're feeling like you're by yourself, or when you feel like you're being separated from like society. Because that's what I think of when I think of the 12th house. It's the house of, being separate from like the daily buzz of the world. You've been focusing on that daily buzz, but with this full moon in Aquarius, it's telling you like, hey, hush the buzz, make it silent, make it isolated, sit down and think about yourself. And this could be a time for you that can kind of feel unnerving, because with you being so used to like with the 6th house matters, you've been so used to kind of like taking care of your habits, making sure everything in your daily life is going okay, and then suddenly with this full moon, you're sitting here like, oh my gosh, I have to be by myself and isolate myself, but like what about the chores that need to be done, or what about work, what about all of that? And those are all practical concerns. But with this full moon, like, you're gonna have to kind of sit down and really like reflect, and really just sit down and be really honest with yourself. Because let's be honest, Pisces, it's really easy to forget who you really are by distracting yourself with the daily things. Super easy. And because of that, this full moon Aquarius is kind of like, I see you, I see what you're doing. It's time to get honest with ourselves. It's time to get real. Because not only can you be real with yourself within your daily life, not only can you define yourself through all the little things that you do, you also can find yourself when you're by yourself and it's only you, and when you're being isolated. So yeah, and the reason why you want to do this, and the reason why it's in your best interest, is because Saturn is transiting your 11th house right now. And the reason why you want to know who you are and kind of reflect on yourself is because as of right now, with Saturn transiting through your 11th house, you've been really struggling to know where you exactly belong. Maybe this represents some conflicts with some friends. Maybe this feels like, you not really belonging anywhere, or you just really like, as of right now with Saturn in the 11th house, you really don't quite know where you fit in. And you've been trying to figure that out. And one way for you to figure that out is for you to, be by yourself and to be honest with yourself, because when you're by yourself in that fashion, you can find a lot more about yourself, because you can kind of get rid of the daily buzz. You can get rid of all, like, the little influences getting in the way. When it's just you and only you, I think that's when you can kind of get a really, like, real portrait of yourself, and you can take that real portrait of yourself and then, find a way for you to belong, or at least establish a more structured belonging, or, making sure that you belong with the right people. So, yeah, that's pretty much the astrological bit for your reading, Pisces, and I will now start the tarot reading. So I had to turn on my light in my living room because now it is way too dark for me to rely on natural lighting to do this reading. So yeah, it's been a long time coming, but I got this. Oh, okay. I feel like I do this in every video where, like, I look at the cards, I look at the camera, I'm like, I look kind of nervous. It's because, like, it's like so true. It's like unnerving to, like, look at it. Okay, Pisces, here's your cards. I got the Two of Coins reversed, Knight of Cups, King of Swords. This one might be a little bit heavy for you, Pisces, but I'm going to be a little bit, honest. So, Two of Coins. I think this is you really trying to juggle with life. When I see the Two of Coins, usually when it's upright, I think of someone who is struggling. Oh, wait. Wait. Start over. Okay. Like, hash what I just said. You got a Two of Coins reversed. I would say that, usually when it's upright, you're struggling to handle two things at once. However, with it reversed, I see you really trying to, like, handle everything at once, and I think it's actually kind of working out. I think this is reflective of, the whole Leo, Sun, Venus thing going on in your 6th house right now. It's kind of like you don't want this to happen. You don't want to juggle things and not handle it. You want to handle everything, and I think you've been doing that lately. However, you got to be a little bit careful, because with the Knight of Cups, whenever I see the Knight of Cups, I think of a person who's very imaginative, someone who's very creative, someone who can, tap into their emotions and their intuition very well. But it's the Knight, Sometimes the Knight can be a little bit, I think of, like, adolescence when I think of the Knight, which is kind of weird. They're there, but not quite there yet. And with the Knight of Cups, at its worst, I think of people who are very escapive. People, I don't know if that's a word, people who like to escape, people who tend to run away from their problems with their imaginations or, like, their, idealizations. That's the worst of the Knight of Cups. And Pisces, it's very you, which makes me, like, amused, but also very, like, Pisces, get your shit together. Because I guess with this, Two of Coins reversed here, you're kind of thinking, like, oh yay, I have my life together. I can really work really hard and make sure all the little things in my life are all together. But it can't be wrong if I'm using this to kind of escape, what needs to, be said or thought of. But, like, this is good stuff. I'm gonna do this good thing to escape from another really good thing that urgently needs my attention. That is the feeling that I'm getting from this. And that's why with the King of Swords, this is what the full moon is telling you to do. It's telling you, Pisces, come on, let's be honest with ourselves. This is the King of Swords. Like, let's get real here. Let's go ahead and really, make our words mean something. And what better way to make words mean something with the cold, harsh truth? And that is something that, you know, the full moon is telling you to do. It's telling you to be honest with yourself. And, you know, with this, I mean, it's gonna hurt whenever you try to be honest with yourself. But, you know, with Saturn transiting through your 11th house, like, this is for your benefit, because this is kind of like your personal way to kind of build or empower yourself in the community. So think of it this way. If you keep on working in such a way where you kind of escape from things, if you keep on trying to be imaginative and kind of like, you know, not get honest with yourself, you're not gonna know where you belong, and you're just gonna feel like you're just doing a bunch of, you know, little things without having any sort of purpose, or, you know, without any sort of like, you know, motivation. And this King of Swords is telling you to get motivated, but you have to be honest with yourself first. You gotta get rid of the illusions and the idealizations and the escaping. Like, get real. And that's what the King of Swords is telling you to do. Like, that's what you gotta do. So yeah, that's pretty much my reading for you, Pisces. It's a little bit heavy, but, you know, I just want to say that, like, you know, you've been working hard on your daily life stuff, and I want to say, like, yeah, that's definitely valid. Like, you're doing a great job with that. Like, go you. At the same time, though, you know, there's better things to do too. And doing a good thing to escape from doing the thing that you really, really need to do, that's not a good thing. And that's something that I think you guys needed to know. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining this reading. If you're a Pisces sun or rising, I hope this resonated with you, and I hope you guys have a great full moon. Thank you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching my videos.